Welcome to Stop Playing with Love podcast, the new relationship podcast that's turning losers of love into winners of love. I was once a loser in love, now I'm a winner in love. I am your host, Brandon George, aka BG8000, but you already know you call me 8000 for short. This is produced by God Almighty Yahweh and my lovely lady Christina White, aka C Dub.
C-Dubs in the building.
C Dubs in the building, representing the Bronx.
Yes, baby.
Okay, so calm down, relax. We have some questions from the audience, so let's make it happen.
All right. First up, what are the keys to a long-term, healthy, loving relationship?
See, I took some notes. I was prepared this week.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. It's called the 5 C's of relationship. It's compassion. It's commitment. It's communication. It's compromise. And it's conflict resolution. And I like that. And I also saying that you could do the 7-7-7 rule. Every 7 days, go on a date night. Every 7 weeks, go on a romantic date weekend. And every 7 months, go on a long romantic vacation. And I like that. I don't think we really follow them rules, but
I'm close to it.
we always doing date night. And we have older children. Yes, we good on dates. We good on vacation. We good on the 5 C's. Yes, I think they're important. I think that the 7-7-7 rule is mainly if you have a busy schedule. You have 2 professionals that's really busy, or you have young children.
Or life.
Be life, man. So you always have to make that commitment to make sure that you have date nights when you're in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important. And I think every 7 days, every Saturday, even if it's a 2-hour dinner, right? If your kid might have a football game, it's kind of tough, especially if you had kids that's one playing football, the other one playing soccer or gymnastics or tutoring or piano lessons, stuff like that. You have to work around the schedule. And that's when the commitment come in. And when one is working day shift and one working night shift. I don't know how that worked though. That's rough. Definitely pray for them people. With one coming in, one going out.
Mm-hmm.
That's real love, right? That's real solid love. But we pray for them people there. We shout out to them people that's really just take care of their responsibility and they have to just do what they have to do, especially around this time, right? So I do think the 5 C's is very important. I think trust and honesty. I think respect, mutual support, intimacy, definitely friendship.
That's key.
You should be friends with your mate.
You should be best friends. BFFs.
So what if you say when you come into a relationship and they already have best friends for over 20 years?
I think you can have more than one best friend. I think your best friend in terms of your partner, your person, is a different level of best friend than a best friend that you've had like a day one. Different types of best friends.
So do you demote that best friend or that best friend should know that give this man or this woman some room to fill that spot?
Your true best friend is happy for you and knows that your friendship is not going anywhere. Even if it shifts, that doesn't mean it's less than. It's just different.
Because I learned that sometimes friendship can get territorial. I need her time or I need his time or come on now, like who are you? And it get a little tricky, as they say, right?
That's true. If it's meant to be, you'll come back and they'll come around. Your best friend is happy for you. When you find your person, your best friend is not hating on the fact that you have that best friend that's also your romantic partner.
So they have alternative motives as...
Or selfishness, maybe. I think it's a little bit like you said before.
So you think people are selfish?
I think people are selfish
when it comes down to their friends. So people are selfish when it comes to their friends. Right? They have motives.
I don't know if I don't know if I would call it motives. I think people have a hard time adjusting to change.
I like that. People have a hard time adjusting to change. So when someone new come in, who you, right? But I do think your mate should be your best friend. And I don't think that you shouldn't have opposite sex best friends or friends.
You're going to hit some nerves with that one.
You shouldn't have opposite sex friends, especially when you're dating or you get into a relationship.
So does the same thing apply that you said earlier about you had a best friend before you were with your person? You're going to stop being best friends with them if they're of the opposite sex?
Yes.
You're going to stop being friends?
I think not stop being friends with someone. It depends on the level. You have to be around them to see. and feel the energy, because energy is currency, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you will know if these two dealt with each other, even if they say no, they haven't, right? Or one friend that's on the opposite sex might like the other one, or think they're attractive.
This sounds like this is a good topic to dive deeper into. Friends of the opposite sex.
Friends of the opposite sex never worked, and you shouldn't have it.
That's a strong statement.
Especially if one person found the other one attractive.
And if they don't?
If it don't, then it's a different story. You could be friends all day. Because some friends do look at you, that's my sis, that's my bro for real. Came up in the same tub. You know what I mean?
Right. So how would you just drop that person when you find your person?
I don't think that type of person you could drop. I think that you would know by being around them. But you do want honesty. If you know that y'all have dealt with each other, kissed, or had some things when y'all was younger.
Oh yeah, you gotta be upfront about that, right?
You got to be upfront right away, and you have to distance yourself from that friendship.
What if it happened 20 years
It doesn't matter. It still happen. That's like glass, thick in the glass.
It's always available in case
It's
of
always
emergency.
available, yes. Because when the breakup happens, and you don't want too many voices in somebody's ear or in their head.
So that's not, I don't know if I would really call that strictly a friend, what you're describing.
Because if you go to, so scenario, if a female calls her male best friend and asks about what her dude is doing, he don't know what that man is thinking. He don't know how that man was brought up. So he's giving, the male best friend is giving his perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And he could be way off, right?
Mm-hmm.
That male best friend could have a motive.
Well, this also brings into how much should you be sharing about your relationship with somebody that's not your partner, right? That goes back to your partner being your best friend. If your partner is your best friend, then you're going to work it out, right? You're going to talk to them about what's on your mind. But if they're not really your best friend, then you might find yourself going to other people.
7 out of 10 people have to tell. They just like to talk. They just gotta just let someone know what's going on. Because most people don't go to therapy. Most people don't talk to God, right? So most people just really just try to just get somebody else's opinion from their family members or their so-called friends.
No, that's where we go back to communication, like you were saying. You have to really be able to communicate with your mate.
You have to be open.
You should be able to talk to them about anything.
I do agree. I think once you get into a serious, solid relationship, you should create some distance from your opposite sex friends. And you shouldn't have no work husband or wife. That's a no-go also.
Well, that's a whole other.
I'm jumping into things. I'm just saying, as is on my mind, I'm just jumping into it.
These could be completely
From different
topics
episodes.
for other episodes.
It's a lot. We get into that. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe. There we go. All of those, and give us some feedback on what I just had mentioned.
You ready for my audience questions?
Yes, let's go.
This one is a good one. It's going to be in tribute to the late, great D'Angelo. Imagine you are creating a soundtrack of your life. What are the top 3, no more than 3, D'Angelo songs that you're going to choose to represent the soundtrack of your life, and why?
I'm going to go to the golden ages, and that's in the 90s. And I think Brown Sugar will be the first one, because it was speaking about the love of a black woman, right? But it's also speaking about the love of that weed. It's a nice double meaning, right? And I think at that time, I probably was in my early 13, not even a teenager yet. Youngin, right? And that's when I was started experiencing smoking and went from dry humping to really actual humping. So I think that Brown Sugar does represent a great time in life. Just your innocence was getting exposed to different things, grown-up things, mature things. You know exactly what it means, especially that brown sugar, right? And it showed appreciation to the black woman love, black woman body, a black woman essence. And that was dope that he did that. And the other one I have to say is Lady.
That's your number 2 track.
Yeah, number 2 track.
Where were you in your life?
The same thing. The album came out around the same time, right? But I got to see my brother be married at that time and to see them loving their lady. Young love, young relationships. middle school, high school. That's my lady. Hearing that in a party, hearing that when the cars driving by.
Everybody starts for lady.
Take you to a space where you just appreciate that, because he was the first neo soul king, that you just appreciate how he was looking at black women. Made you really feel proud to be black. Made you really feel proud to love on a black woman, on a black young lady, and you just know that's my lady. All the dudes in the parking lot, you know what I mean, wants them to be their girl, but that's my girl. You know what I mean? So definitely was a great time to be alive. You had to be outside. It was a great time to be outside and to feel that type of vibe, feel that type of music. And then the last one was Enough to Even Matters by Lauryn Hill. I mean, both albums was incredible. The 90s was just awesome, right? And even now, you can play that now because really nothing matters. Go back to your mate being your best friend, right? When your mate's your best friend, when you're really into somebody, nothing really matters. You can conquer it all. You want to be around your person. And that's how people still feel that day once you really connect with someone that you really love. You just want to be around them. You want to be with them 90% of the time. Nothing even matters. And so it definitely was a special time to be alive. It definitely was a special time to get that type of music by two great artists. So he's truly going to be missed.
That's Howard D'Angelo. Now, we got one more sort of reflective question for you from the audience. What is the most important thing you have learned in love? And what would you tell your younger self?
The most important thing I learned to love is God. God first. Love yourself, right? And everything will be okay. If you keep waking up every day, you have a chance to do anything you put your mind to. But you got to put the work in. And to tell my younger self is early, get therapy. If you're hurting, say you're hurting. And no good comes from cheating. Just a waste of time. And just hurt people. Even you hurt yourself first. So I wasted a lot of time, like I said, being a loser of love because of my actions. And I take full responsibility. And that's why if I had a time machine, I definitely would stop myself. It's not about how many women you sleep with. It's about cherishing the one that you can really build with. And that's what I would tell my younger self.
How old is that younger self? What stage were you at? How old were you thinking to give this younger self this advice?
At 13 years old, my dad had died. All my brothers were womanizers. So I never had a real strong male role model or male figure in my life at the young age. And I had to really ask God and pray to God to teach me how to be a man, show me how to be a man. Because the men around me were just cheaters, and they taught me how to have multiple women. And it affected me for a long time. If I could really stop the bleeding from a young age, or stop the hurting from a young age, and stop the action from a young age, I definitely would say 13. Even though the dudes I hung around, we was all boys, but still we all were still playing around, cheating. There was no positive role models. I didn't come from a two-family household, right? And like I said, the men that was around me, we all just was thinking about multiple women. And it never works out when you just keep lying. You can't be two places at once. Waste a lot of years and a lot of time, feet in the flesh, and not doing the right thing.
That's some powerful advice for our listening audience out here looking to become winners in love.
Yeah, be accountable, be responsible. I always was tell my children, my boys, that a good woman comes every 5 or 10 women. So if you have a good woman and you mess that up, you might not get another good woman. It might take a minute for the next good woman to come around, and you reap what you sow. Literally, karma is real.
Treasure was precious to you.
But if you wasn't taught, you know what I mean, or seen these things, so you have to take full responsibility to undo the toxic, the bullshit that you learned, that you were shown.
And that's why you're here.
That's what people say it was cool to do. It's just very childish. You got to put away childish things. It took me a long time to understand that. That's why I stepped away of being around them type of dudes. Because when you do have a solid woman in your life, a solid partner in your life, you shouldn't mess it up. It's not guaranteed that the person will stay. It's not guaranteed that. So that's what I learned.
That's what you said at the top.
Energy and currency. And some people can come in your life to destroy you with a pretty face, that are super handsome or super sexy. They sent to kill, steal, and destroy. Hurt people. And will try to destroy something that you have solid if you allow it, right? By allowing it is by cheating, by entertaining something behind your partner back. Just a waste of time. It's best to be single, and still, if you're single, you still could choose the wrong person to be around. They could suck your energy. People are energy drainers, vampires. You're not missing out on nothing if you're young and you got your person. Because it feels so good 10, 20 years down the line that one person stuck by your side and you stuck by the other person's side. And y'all kept it honest, kept it G, no games. And y'all really just went through life and grew up together and figured this thing in life out.
That's beautiful to witness.
Yes, it is.
For people that happens to. I think we all have to remember, everybody has their own timeline. Everything is in God's timing. So you can't compare your journey to other people's.
I have seen people with two-family households still get divorced, still mess up, still cheat, still lie, and their parents been solid from 30, 40 years. So it's really on the person and their characteristics and who they are as a person. But just know that even if you get away with it for years, the most unfortunate thing, the most hurtful thing is your karma come back at your funeral. When your kids be your side piece, your kids, right? Or a child or second family. And nothing you can do about it because you're dead and gone. Some people left a lot of mess. Some people created a lot of mess. You never get away scot-free. Always come back. What you do in the dark always come to light. So just be straight up with yourself. If you're not ready for a relationship, or if you're in a relationship and you just don't want it anymore, just be honest, get out of it, and then go out do your thing. Don't do your thing while you're in something, while somebody think that you're being committed, that you're being solid, that you're doing the 5 C's. Because you tell one lie, you got to tell a million, and it will all catch up to you. Who got time to drive people crazy? Nowadays, people often not taking rejection, people not taking cheating well, people not playing no more games. They just...
You gotta remember people you're dealing with. A person has feelings.
Yes. And people don't know how to really channel their feelings the right way, and they going off the deep end, and they really to take everybody with them, right? And if you're playing with somebody, they taking you out, and they're taking themselves out. So just be cautious out there of the games that you play. It's not worth it. Your kids are being affected, your family being affected, you being affected. It's not worth it. So let me be an example. Just keep on reminding y'all, don't cheat. Please don't cheat. Not in this climate, not today's society. It's not like it used to be.
Just don't do it.
Just be honest. You never know. You be honest. You never know with somebody, but just know what you could do, the other person could do also. So if you want if you want to do multiple things, the other person can do multiple things too. And open relationships don't work either, because people catch feelings out here. If you're not ready to lock in for life, a period of time, more than 2 years, 3 years, just don't even get in nothing. Just be real. Be honest with yourself. Because a lot of people people really losing it when they find out you're cheating. This goes out to male and female. Mm-hmm. People are losing it and not caring about the kids, not caring about the family, not caring about losing it. Mm-hmm. They're not here to be played with, and they're going to make sure that you go and they go. And that's what I've been saying a lot on the news lately. So, like I said, we're here to turn losers of love into winners of love. And that's becoming a winner of love, being accountable, being responsible, and being committed to yourself, committed to a relationship, committed to your partner. No more games, no more lying, no more cheating. People are really dying. You ready to die over that cookie? That dick? They giving that shit out to the next month. As soon as you go home to your wife or your husband, they giving that shit out. These hoes ain't loyal. And you ready to give it up for a side piece? A sneaky link? Even people in both relationships. Some people are catching feelings out here. This shit is getting crazy. Lock in. Do right by God. Do right by yourself. Do right by your partner. Do right by your family. Get this money. There's no more time to play. So this is episode number 22222. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving us your time. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe. We definitely want to get your feedback. We definitely appreciate your time. We on all the social, YouTube to TikTok, We're not on Facebook.
Too young.
I think I'm too young.
I think you're too young for Facebook.
I'm your host, BG8000. Thank you for joining us. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe. Please give us your feedback. I have my lovely lady, my beautiful woman, Christina Weiss.
He does.
And we give all the honor and glory to God, Yahweh Almighty. Till next time, peace.